These users have the same capabilities as standard moderators, but in addition, they can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live. Cool. Alrighty. Oh, hot. I'm gonna do that. There we go. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. We'll see how this goes. It's so awkward. Ooh, it's been a minute. I don't know what these all do. It's different than it was last time. Oh, what the fuck? There's green screen now. That's cool. Huh. Okay. I'll give this a little bit, and if nothing happens, I guess I did start it early. Impatient fuck. Uh, hmm. Hopefully I got the time right. That would be awkward. Yeah. Well, tis. My glasses just reflect everything. Ew. Oh. We'll see. There's a person. I don't know who you are yet, and hopefully I have it set up where you can comment. I have no fucking idea. I'm not used to YouTube lives and haven't done them in like fucking forever. So, oh no, shit. I'm sad. They left. Womp womp. Oh, there's a person. I'm hoping you're able to comment, but I don't know if you can. That's weird. Oh no. I might have fucked it up and people might not be able to comment, so I have no idea if that's the case. Last time I did a live on YouTube, I fucked that up hard. Seems to be working. Oh, perfect. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm used to like TikTok lives. Tried Instagram before, didn't like it. YouTube's very different, so we'll see. Yeah. How's your night going? Mm-hmm. Need to like not fiddle with that. And like you can't even have music. Like this is like the thing that pisses me off. So like I'll compare, let's say, TikTok to these lives. So we'll use Meta, whether it be Facebook or Instagram. Like I don't really know much because Instagram won't let me go live because I monetize on Facebook, so I can't do it on Instagram. It's fucking stupid. But um, so if I, for example, I'm on TikTok, I can have music in the background and it's not an issue. But if I'm on Facebook and I have music in the background, or even on my videos, I can nail the copyrights, depending on what songs or like choice of songs, if you will. Um, Crochet stuff. Got into a store. Oh, congratulations! But yeah, like I was saying, you can't have music play on YouTube, otherwise they'll shut your live down, and then you nail the copyright, and your live just like bye bye. It's really picky on this app what you can and cannot do. So that's kind of kicking the dick. But anyway, congratulations. That's awesome that you got into a store. I wish I could make this bigger. I don't like that this. Hang on. What's this button do? Start a poll? No. This button? Chat filter. Top messages. Huh. What's this button do? Highlight save your channel as unlisted. I didn't read all that. At least 1 minute video, it needs to start a highlight. Oh. YouTube lives are kind of different, I guess. They're definitely not as. It's not the same as TikTok. That's gonna be a hard one to get over. Is how TikTok lives operate and how they're done in comparison to this platform, for sure. So we'll see how it goes. There's another person. 2 more people. Shit. Hi, everybody. Hopefully, you're all having a good night. I'm still figuring out how to do YouTube lives. I've done TikTok lives for like a few years, so I'm very fluent with that, but not so much YouTube. YouTube in general, not very familiar with at all. I'm good. How about yourself? You haven't done it. I haven't done a live on YouTube in a very long time. Probably 2 years, maybe a little longer. So doing a live on YouTube, it's been a hot minute for sure. I've I don't know. I'm really impatient, and I like how the algorithm's set up with TikTok, where it's like you just scroll and boom, someone's live pops up, and it seems to feed it. Whereas like YouTube, I think I like the idea of YouTube, and the reason being is like you're following someone you actually want to engage with, in comparison to like getting trolls or whatnot in a sense. So I think it's nice in that way. It's just some of the layout I'm not sure if I'm crazy about, but overall, we'll see. There's like 4 people. It's crazy. I'm not used to that. Like I'm used to, and I don't mean to sound ungrateful by any means, but like TikTok would vary. Like 1 minute you have nobody in the live, and then the next minute like maybe 100 or a few hundred people. So I'm used to like larger numbers and like comments just flying, questions flying, or even like seeing who's in the live. I don't even know if you can do that. Can you? No, you can't. Okay, so now I know that. Weird question. When is your first tattoo? My first tattoo I got when I was, I think, 15 years old. So I'm from Grand Prairie, Alberta. That's kind of like home base for me. So my first tattoo, 15 years old, it was a spider web on the back of my right calf, and I got that done at Raz's Tattoos. Um, my mom and my stepdad at the time were really good friends with the owner. So at 15, I could go in there, I could get piercings, no questions asked. I didn't have to have a parent to sign off on that because they knew my parents and my parents had a good relationship with them. So if I wanted piercings, no issues. I had snake bites at one point on my eyebrow. I had a couple on my ears. I never started stretching my ears until I was probably in my early 20s, I want to say. So that's kind of when like the stretched ears happen. But after 15, I was able to just go to the tattoo shop and get tattooed. So I got, but until I was like an adult, I got the one on the back of my calf, and then I got my last name on my back, just like a typical Albertan. And that's kind of where it started. And after that, it just snowballed. I never thought I'd get to the point where I'd get my face tattooed when I was younger. I was like, those are stupid, they're tacky, they're gross. And then, yeah, that obviously that mindset changed. At his work site today. No. So the question is, I have a wild question. Have you done any work around the Edmonton area recently? My husband say saw you at his work site. Negatory. I don't work in the Edmonton area, and I haven't worked in Edmonton. Oh God, since like maybe 2 summers ago. That's the last time I worked in Edmonton. How many do you have right now? Tattoos. I couldn't tell you. It's more coverage at this point. So like my blackout sleeve goes from like my fingernails all the way up to my chest, so shoulder and all, and then like the inside of my arm. My full sleeve, same thing, minus the fingers. It's just my knuckles all the way up to my arm to my shoulder. This part of my chest isn't tattooed yet. I have my collarbone done, my neck, the back of my neck has stuff, uh, bits and parts of my head and my face, my legs, my stomach, and my back. And I even have like my ass tattooed. Um, would not recommend getting your back tattooed. At least for me, I thought it was the worst spot to get tattooed. It was very, very uncomfortable. Wasn't enjoyable at all. Like I was grabbing the table and like pulling myself down because something about that area just fucking sucks. Okay, maybe you have a clone or my husband just doesn't realize what you look like. He's an electrician. I'm sure there's probably a doppelganger of me somewhere. I have yet to meet him, so I don't know. But no, I haven't worked in the Edmonton area in a little while. I was debating it, for example, when the Dow Chemical job happens, but I don't know if I will. So for those of you who don't know or not from the Edmonton area, Dow Chemical is a new plant that's being built or an expansion of the current existing plant that's there. And it's a multi-billion dollar job, good for a few years. So new construction. And I thought about going there, but like where I'm at is long-term maintenance and I could be here for a long time. What's going on, Foley? How you doing, man? So did you just start the live stream? I started the live stream about 12 minutes ago. It has a timer up here for me. Um, so I started it then for the first couple of minutes because I didn't realize I started early. So nobody was there and I was like having this anxiety. I was like, oh, fuck. Maybe I'll just shut the live off. Nobody will know. And I was like, oh, you idiot. You started early. So then I just waited. And like Foley, for example, he's seen me on TikTok live like many times, and I'm used to like higher numbers and like the comment section at times just flying. So it's different doing it on YouTube. And I think the thing about YouTube is like you have to like click on people's profiles and click on the notification. So it'll notify you, for example, when they post or when they go live. So there's that. But yeah, I'm good. Sore from work. The reactors are killing my legs. Where are you working at these days, Foley? Long term is way better. My bro is currently up north. He's been trying to get a job with Dow, but they won't hire him for whatever reason. Do you mind me asking what your brother does? Do you play any games? I haven't, honestly. I haven't played video games in a long time. When I was a teenager, I absolutely loved playing World of Warcraft. It was one of my all-time fucking favorite games. At Petra, with who? Absolutely love playing World of Warcraft, but as I've gotten older, it's hard for me to get into video games. Like my attention span, it's just like he's a power engineer. I don't know. I thought I heard Suncor or Syncrude were looking for engineers. I might be wrong. I think you already said your brother's up north and he's trying to probably find work closer to home. Um, try and has he tried NWR? Illuma. Illuma, hey? Not a bad company. What about Call of Duty? I'm not great at Call of Duty. If we're being honest, like I'm probably the worst guy to have on your team, but I just love to go in there and just fucking spray bullets, like just Rambo style. Like that's just how I play. I'm not strategic. It's just run in and just blast. So, but I mean it's fun, but I like playing video games is it's hard for like my attention span. I'll pick up a game and I'll play it for a little bit. Um, I did not like Warzone. Too many. I don't like snipers. I think that's what pisses me off about Warzone. Is like it's such a big map, and then I'm just getting plucked off by people. I'm like, fuck, pisses me right off. They're okay. Petro is nice and chill, usually as long as you show up and do your job. Fair enough, man. At least you're working, because you had a fair bit of time off, if I remember correctly. Go to Will Season J-Man and show me the J-Man ropes. Just fucking crash and burn, man. Sink or swim. You'll figure it out. I play Max Sense. What's Max Sense? Yeah, I was off for a hot minute. I remember you saying that you were getting stressed about it. Probably feels good to be back at work though. So congratulations, man. Happy for you. My camera. I don't know if I'm following. How fast? I don't think I'm following, man. I'm a little slow. Mm. Oh, maximum sensitivity. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks, Mercedes. My bad. I'm following now. Oh. Have any companies or nonprofits ever reached out to you for mental health for men? Yes and no. So for nonprofit organizations, no. Um, I've had, for example, I made a video a while back talking about like NWR. So that's a company out in Edmonton, or in the Edmonton area, I should say. And back in 2016, I was really struggling with my mental health. I lost my best friend to a fentanyl overdose, and when that happened, my whole world like flipped upside down overnight. He passed away from a fentanyl overdose. I was going through a breakup at the time. My living arrangements were kind of up in the air. Like my life was just a fucking mess. So I went to the doctor and I told him I was struggling. And I went to the doctor after I talked to my general foreman. He's like, you need help. He's like, there's nothing I can do for you. I'm not trained to do this. He's like, you need help. You need to talk to people. Like, there are things out there and resources that will help you. So I was like, okay, fair. Go to the doctor. The doctor gives me a prescription for a number of things. But when you're really depressed or in what we call like a suicidal low, if you will, I don't even know if I want to say that on the live, but it caused me to spiral out of control. I go to the job site. I almost jumped off the fin fans during a lightning stand down. It was a huge deal. I got a lifetime ban there, and I made a video talking about it in my experience, what had happened, what made the difference, what was that turning point. Fast forward, NWR reached out to me because that video went viral. I don't know if they actually ever would have followed through with what they were saying, if they were just trying to cover face. Because I haven't heard from them since. I had, well, nothing ever came of it. Suncor reached out to me at one point too, asked if I would do a presentation, and as much as I think it's a great idea, I said no. And the reason being is like I'm not a trained professional. Like if you're like my fiance is very very trained in this stuff. She's very very informed. And what she said actually made a lot of sense. At first I was like kind of upset and discouraged because I was like I want to do this. I think it's a great idea. But you're putting someone in a position where they're talking to a bunch of men, for example, because in the oil and gas sector, the oil sands, it is a very male dominated industry. And this is what she was telling me, and it clicked like immediately. A lot of men go to work and they don't talk about what's going on in their heads. They don't talk about their home life, especially when they're struggling. So you're gonna go there and you're gonna talk about mental health. You're gonna talk about addiction. You're gonna talk about your struggles with suicide or whatever it may be, and then it's gonna get the gears going. And these guys have to go back to work because what's gonna happen? Okay, that was a great presentation. Thank you. Everybody go back to work. You're putting them in the most dangerous environment after opening up a can of worms with no real debriefing. And after my fiance told me that, I was like, you're right. Like, it doesn't make sense for me to go and do that. And I would never want to compromise someone else's well being or put them at risk. So I've told other individuals that have reached out to me from companies, like, I'll gladly do it, but you need to have this and this and this in place for a proper debriefing. Otherwise, no, I will not be a part of it. And once I put those stipulations in, contact was cut off with me. many, many times. So nothing's ever come of it. It's hard to hit shots. I could imagine, like, I suck at Call of Duty and all that, so could imagine having it on the highest settings. Anyone got any big plans for the weekend? With max sensitivity, it's hard to hit shots, mostly in the air. Oh man, game like when I used to play video games, I liked fantasy games. If I'm being honest, I really enjoyed that kind of stuff. Sorry about your friend. Thanks for telling me that. Very informative. Been trying to change career paths and get into the mental health realm of things. I think that's a very admirable thing of you. I really do. The one thing I hear from a lot of people that are in that industry is you got to make time for yourself because it's a very high turnover rate for people. Like they burn out. It becomes very taxing, especially if you're a people pleaser and you want to help people all the time. Those are the people who seem to have the hardest time in that industry, unless you are able to manage it, right? And I don't want to speak ill of it because like I don't know, and I'm not in that industry. There's a point where I wanted to leave scaffolding, and it had a lot more to do with how unhappy I was with my life and where I was at with things, and just how I felt about myself in general. And I thought that if I got into social work, that that would be where I needed to be, and that would be the right path. And I have an idea of where I want to go in life and what I want to do, and that wasn't it. And I didn't realize that at first. Like I want to help people, but that's not the path, if that makes any sense. Matthew, thank you. I appreciate that. Holy shit, like 8 people now. Currently a teacher, so I think it's similar. How long have you been a teacher for, if you don't mind me asking? Hi, everybody else in the live. Plus, like, reading. Oh my god, I hate reading. If I'm being honest, I know I need to, like, I know I need to. I say that. Whether or not I'm actually going to do it's different. I hate reading. I really do. I wish I could get into audiobooks. I love the idea of it, but fuck me, listening to some of those guys' voices. It's brutal. I'm like, I don't know how else people can get into this. They can just read to you. I tried. Like, some people's voices are just like, I have so many audiobooks of things that I'm interested in, but it's just like, mm, mm, no. I'm curious, what happened to you going back to school? Too busy with work life? So Ashley, great question. So I did a semester with the University of Athabasca, and like the semester went on, it was incredibly hard to juggle doing that. Like so full time working up in the oil and gas, like in the oil sands, sorry. So doing 10, 12, 14 hour days, and then coming back to my room and trying to hammer out the studying. I wasn't like when I was at work, I was not doing the best with it. Like, with all the time I could invest into it, I was barely staying on track. And then on my days off, I was putting 12, 14 hours in just to stay on track or to try and get ahead a little. And it took away from spending time with my family. And like I know you have to make sacrifices for things you want, but as time went on, I was like, I don't think this is what I want. I don't think I want to be in this field. Like I want to help people in some capacity, but I don't think that was where I wanted to go with it. And as it is right now, I don't think I would be going back to school. And if I was, it might be for something different. At the time, I took Indigenous studies, Indigenous education, and sociology. Fuck. This I don't want to say it was sociology 101. That doesn't sound right. I can't remember. It was something sociology. Those are the three courses I took in the beginning. Originally, I was going to take five, and I'm really happy I listened to Carissa, like my fiance, about that. She's like, no. She's like, five is a lot. Take three. She's like, even three will be a lot with what you're doing. And it was. It was. Yeah, it was a lot. Oh. Listen to a sample, see if you can stand their voice. Every time I try and find a sample, I'm like, okay, it sounds okay. Like, and I mean okay loosely. And then I start listening to it more and more. I'm like, no, your voice is driving me batshit. How's the wedding planning going? One sec, I got a hair in my eyeball. Glasses are dirty. So wedding planning's good. We have the venue booked, so that's taken care of. Photographer, there's a payment put down on it. Uh, Down with the photographer, I should say. So like those things are going well. Now it's just like other things, the caterer, the DJ. So like those are two of the other bigger costs, and then we're looking at a videographer, I think, as well. So yeah, it's coming along slowly, but we got the venue taken care of, our photographer. Now it's just the other little bits. What was the course you were originally looking into out of curiosity? I applied for mental health and addiction counseling where I live. What was the course you were originally looking into? The course, um, I think it was just sociology, if I remember correctly. Um, this is like it's gonna sound stupid. I had to get Carissa to like walk me through all this because like I didn't know any of this. Like I told her what I wanted to do, and she's like, "Okay, well, this is what you're describing." And I'm pretty confident with sociology was the overall like would be the degree, the bachelor's degree. Oh God, you would think I never went to school the way I talk. But sociology, I believe, was uh the the, the degree. No, fuck me. Yeah, that's what we were going for, I believe. What did I want to do? I just wanted to help people, and I thought that that would be the way to go, to become like a social worker, if you will. And how's it going? Mhm. Alberta, Saskatchewan, what they require you to take for social work. Um, so from what I remember, there were certain things that were an absolute requirement, but there was things you could take as like extra if you wanted. So that's why I took Indigenous Studies and Indigenous Education, is that it was something I just wanted to learn myself. Picking programs for post-secondary can be unnecessarily complicated. I hate doing it. Alberta also has social work diplomas and degrees. They're different. School's not my thing. If we're being so honest and like transparent, not my thing. I didn't even know how to fucking write up a like a proper essay or any of that shit. I was like, I don't know. Like my fiance had to like hold my hand and run it through, and she's like, "This is how you do this. This is how you do this." I was like, "I don't know how to cite stuff." I'm like, "Why can't I just like in quotations and put the sources at the bottom?" And she's like, "You can and you can't." And I was like, I don't fucking get it. Like this is university, college. I'm like, this shit's stupid. I'm like, I was meant to be in the fucking trade, so like I don't get it. It's beneficial to learn the indigenous studies for jobs. So I took the Native Studies theory as an elective while waiting to be accepted in my post-secondary. What did you think of it, if you don't mind me asking? I take so many courses that didn't matter to help me with my job. That would piss me off. That would royally piss me off. A little bird, and that was very sad. I wish there was a way. Hang on a second. That pisses me off. I hate that I can't change the text and I have to get close to read it. Whereas like, sorry, like I'm sidetracking, but with TikTok I can swipe my screen one way and it makes the chat bigger. There's gotta be a way to change that. Oh well. What's this button do? Sorry. Is that a filter? Whatever. Sorry. There's that eye-opening little bird. I don't think I'm familiar with that. I don't know. Like, if I wanted, I could probably like do it. For example, if I had like a tablet or maybe even a computer. But yeah, I'm doing this all off my phone. Everything I do, for example, like the video editing, all that's all done off my phone. So any TikToks, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, full length videos, whatever it may be. Like I record it on my phone, I edit it, whether that be through TikTok or CapCut, and then I use Canva for certain things as well. And like it's all done off my phone. Limited. Where did you find that? Don't mind me asking. 11 people. Hey everybody! Holy shit! Does this show you guys how many people are in the live, or just me? What's up, Ash? Like two Ashleys now. APTN or Crave. Everyone's got a streaming service that's different these days. It shows. Okay. I don't think Carissa has YouTube. I think she hates YouTube with a passion. So I don't know if she'll be in the live. I sad. Yeah. Your heart unsees. Oh my god. Just go by the nickname. Easier. Next cut. Question for you. Fire away. I like questions. Hmm. I'm gonna laser fucking one or two of my face tattoos off, I think. Tomorrow, I can go home early or ask to leave. Watch it. Don't even show up. What are they gonna do? Get mad at you? Shit your pants right in front of your boss. Stare him down like a fucking toddler and just make the face. Just shit your pants. Total boss move. Then grab one of the papers off his desk, wipe your ass, put it on said desk, and leave. We'll never question you again. Which ones and why? I'm probably gonna laser this one off here, if I'm being honest. This was a really impulsive tattoo, and as time's gone by, I'm just like, you shouldn't have gotten it. It was stupid. So I'll probably laser the chin tattoo. I was debating lasering the one off my eyebrow and then getting like a different font put here. I don't know. But yeah, shit your pants. Mad dog him too, just straight up mean dog that motherfucker down. I've never gotten a tattoo lasered before. Although it came close in Cuba a few weeks ago. Foley, you gotta shit your pants at least once. Once. And then you can call yourself a real journeyman. Shit your pants. You can't sit there and lie about it. You just gotta shit them. Like, one of the worst ones I ever had. We're going on a poo story here. I was working up in Dawson Creek, and the job site's about half hour, 45 minutes away, roughly. And they had leftover chili. It was a vegan chili from the night before, and I was like, "Yo, that chili was so fucking good. I'm gonna have it for breakfast." And I ate a big heaping mountain of it. My stomach was fine, not an issue. It snowed that night, and the roads were iced over. Like we're in springtime, so like April, March, somewhere in that ballpark. And fucking 10 minutes down the road, my stomach's like, I was like, oh no, I got a shit. And we're in one of those yellow school buses. Not like a Greyhound or something where there's a fucking can in the back. No, yellow Greyhound. I was like, oh no, man. Or yellow bus. So I'm like, fuck, 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 fuck. It's gonna be so bad. But I sit beside him. He's like, you okay? I'm like, I'm gonna shit my pants. He's like, what? I'm like, I gotta shit. I have to shit so fucking bad. He's like, ha ha ha. Yeah. I was like, no, I'm serious. Like, I'm gonna fucking shit myself. I remember I sat there and I fucking bit down on my finger as hard as I could for like the longest time ever. Like my finger was going numb. And that's not even like a joke. Like it was bad. We're getting to sight. Like we're just around the corner. And I'm like, fucking speed up. I gotta fucking shit. And so the bus is coming. It comes to a bit of a stop. Buddy's like already getting out of my way. I stood up and was like, "Brah," and it just came out. And I couldn't stop it. I couldn't hold it. I just stood there. I was like, fuck. Buddy looked at me. He's like, you shit yourself, didn't you? I'm like, I'm still shitting. And I fucking, yeah, went to the bathroom. They're doing toolbox talk, and I was giving myself a toilet bath because like I just fucking made a mess all over myself. It was gross. It was fucking gross, dude. Sitting there with toilet paper, dipping it in the water and cleaning myself. Oh, I hear you. I have a few I wanted to laser up, but I'm like, yeah, they're all able to be covered by clothing. That's fair. Oh no, straight up, I fucking did. That's a real story. It was bad. And like I'm walking by my superintendent as I'm going to the bathroom, I'm like, yo, I need to go back to camp. He's like, why? I'm like, I fucking shit myself on the bus. I am young. Like I'm maybe 24 at this point. He's like, what? I'm like, I fucking shit myself. Like just straight face. Are you serious? I'm like, yeah. I'm going to the bathroom. I have shit all over me. He fucking laughed. Bad. So yeah. Came back to work the next day and they're like, you really shit yourself? I'm like 100%. I got fucking shit everywhere. And I messed up. Shit was everywhere. Oh my god. I got a lot of poo stories. I have a bad stomach. How do you clean yourself on sites with outhouses? So we had wash carts at this job site, so there was like actual toilet water there, and I was just like splashing my ass with wet toilet paper. It was really gross. I think before you get married, the day of the wedding. Yeah, she doesn't want me to drink a bunch of water or energy drinks on our wedding. She's like, you can't be going to the bathroom every like half hour or an hour. I'm like, well, if I gotta pee, she's like, no. I'm like, well, if I gotta poop, she's like, I don't care. Figure it out. I was like, oh no. I did the Canadian Brewhouse Burger Challenge. It's called the Rita Burger, and I fucking eat the burger, and like within a few minutes, I didn't even get to leave the restaurant yet. My stomach just it turns. It's like, oh no, I gotta use the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom and it's just like grease and oil. Like my stomach is just. I sat too far back on the toilet seat and it was just like spraying out my ass. And it hit the back of the toilet seat and shot up my backside. So I'm at brew house. I have shit on the on my back, and I was like, oh no. Like I gotta find a way to leave this store incognito so nobody sees it. Cause like I'm like 1,000% certain it's on my fucking shirt. I was like, fuck me. Yeah. I went back to camp, like laundry, shower. I was that was nasty, man. Fucking nasty. Yeah. I don't think it was gluten in any way. No, it's just there's a lot of grease and it's a lot of cheese in that burger. Like a lot of fucking grease. It's a very greasy burger. I was just like, ah, fuck. So yeah, that happened. I did not do any psychology classes. No. No, I did not. Mm-hmm. Any other questions? What the fuck? I got a lot of poo stories. I have more than I should probably have. More actual stomach pain. I've had various reactions with gluten. So being celiac, like I've had straight up like diarrhea, cramps, constipation. It borderline feels like food poisoning. It varies. That's just what I'm finished up with Psychology 30. It's super interesting. How so? Can make a series of shit in your pants, bro. I fell in shit one time, like straight up. You know, like George of the Jungle, where Buddy's walking through the forest and he falls face first in shit. Well, elephant shit. I have a story sort of similar, but a little different. Story time again. So I was a little kid. Okay, check clamps. Never heard of them. Okay, you just grab tubes, you wire together with number nine wire, double up on the wire, solid. I'm out. Nice talking to you, bro. Thank you for all the content. Definitely helps you into the long ass days at work. And thanks for the laughs. Not a problem. Okay, I'll try and get this story. So, I'm a little kid. We go camping, and we're building a cabin right out in fucking. I don't even remember where it was. I want to say it was like out by Fort St. John. So my mom's boyfriend at the time, his family's there, and they don't have an outhouse. So I have to use the bathroom. So I'm like, "Hey, Darren, I gotta go to the bathroom." He's like, "Yeah, buddy, you can just pee wherever you want. We're out in the fucking bush. Just do whatever you gotta do." I was like, "No, I got shit." Darren's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Walk down this path. There's a 2x4. Nail the two trees. Boom." Right? Call YouTube live story time with Quentin. But everyone who comes to my lives will already have heard this story. It'll just be repetition after repetition. So Darren tells me to walk down this trail and there'll be a 2x4 between two trees, right? I was like, okay, cool. He's like, do you want me to help you? And I was like, no, that's gay. And he's like anyway, like at that age, I was allowed to say like that's gay because like if it was stupid, like not gay, like a, I don't even want to fucking explain myself, but not in like a derogatory or disrespectful way. I was just like, no, that's weird. Like you're a dude, I'm a dude. I'm going to take a poop. You don't need to be there. That's you know what I mean. Anyway, so I walk down this trail, and as I'm going down, I get to this 2x4. I am probably like 7 or 10 years old at this point. That fucking board was like up to like my chest height damn near. Okay, I remember looking at that and I was like, holy fuck. I'm wearing a Blue Jays long sleeve sweater and Blue Jays sweatpants at the time. So I grabbed my sweatpants and I put them down around my ankles and I was like, okay, Quinn, we can do this. We can shit on the shit stick. That's what I called it, was the shit stick. So I jump up. pull myself up and I sit down on this fucking 2x4. And the 2x4 is not like flat to sit on like this. No, that some bitch is upright. So you have like that 2 inch or inch and 3/4 fucking wood to sit on. So I sit on it. And keep in mind, like I'm 8 or maybe 10 years old. I don't fucking know. But the trees are a little ways away. And I remember I wobbled on the board. I was like, oh fuck. So I go to put my hands back to brace myself on the trees. And woof, I go backwards over the shit stick. And the bottom, like the crown of my head, hits the ground first. My face is in the dirt like this. I look up and there is shit inches from my face. And I remember I started shaking. Like I am half naked in the dirt and there's shit right like inches from my fucking face. And I was like, oh no. Touched the crown of my head. I was like, oh shit. I do this and I panic. So I grab my sweater that I was wearing to do this. I throw it on the ground and I fucking book it back to the camp. I get there and I walk up to my mom's boyfriend, Darren at the time, and I was like, Darren, I fell. Darren looked at me. He's like, are you okay? I was like, no. Well, what happened? I'm like, I fell. He's like, are you hurt? Did you break something? Are you bleeding? No, I fell. He's like, what do you mean you fell? Like, what do you mean, Quentin? I was like, I fell off. Fell off of what? I fell, Darren. What do you mean you fell? Like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay. He's like, what? Well, what's going on? So I look around. I was like, I fell off, Darren. He's like, what do you mean you fell off? I was like, I fell off the poop stick. What? I was taking a poop and I wobbled, so I went to brace myself and I fell off the poop stick and I have poop on my head. Darren looked at me, looked at my head, giggled a little. He's like, Barb, your kid's got shit on him. So my mom had to give me a fucking bath in a cold lake. Our teacher's been showing us serial killers during the course. One final project is on a criminal or serial killer, and the other is an essay. We picked the topic, psychology related, criminal or a serial killer. What would you be more interested in doing? I would have died. It was embarrassing as fuck at that time. And that was like a secret I was going to take to the grave. No one was ever going to know. And then one time, I had a friend, his name was Jason. He came over to my house in like the fourth grade. We're having like a sleepover. We're going to sit and play Xbox all night. He was telling a poo story or whatever. And I started laughing at him, making fun of him. My mom's like, oh yeah, you little shithead. I was like, oh no. My mom told that story, and my friend Jason fucking laughed and laughed and laughed. He laughed about it all goddamn day. I was like, fuck, everyone's going to know I have a shitty head. But this serial killer that was born in Saskatchewan. Which one? Because there's been a few that have come from that area, haven't there? I don't know, and if I'm wrong, please do correct me. You should say something if you have any camping stories. Oh God, that's probably the most eventful one. Last time I went in camp, well, long before that, I was much younger. We had like fuck, a '97 Chevy, and we had a 22, and my dad was teaching me how to shoot guns when I was a little kid. He's like, okay, just point. This is the trigger. This is where you're aiming at. I was like, okay. And I just lowered the gun a little, shot the tree. The bullet ricocheted off the tree, and it was rad. He was fucking livid. Like my mom thought it was funny, but he was livid. Gordon Northcott is who I picked. Yeah, there's probably a few. Oh shit. I hope you do really well on that. Hang on a second. Okay. Oh, that can't be right, is it? Okay, no, that makes sense time wise. Hmm. And to the other, Ashley. Boy. What? I'm gonna jump off live though. I gotta do some video editing before I head to bed. Um, yeah. Also, if you follow me on TikTok, I won't be posting there as much. My account's been getting fucking mass bombed with reporting and whatnot, and I got an account strike here, so I have to like lay off on posting on TikTok for a little while. Unfortunately, any time I've posted a video in the last little while, it comes up as content is under review all the time, and then sometimes it'll wait either like a few minutes or even longer before the video gets approved. But I put it on any other platform and it does fine. My name on YouTube. I have no idea how. I don't even know how to tell you. You have to look it up. But anyway, have a good night. Take care, man. I'll start recording your stuff. But yeah, so I'll be posting more on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube going forward, and I think I'm probably just gonna move my lives in general, at least for now, onto YouTube and see how that goes. The only complaint I have is like the chat is this big, this big, and that pisses me off. Like that's small. So anyway, take care, everybody, and I'll try and do lives, yeah, on Wednesdays. So take care. How do I end this? This button? No. Maybe? No. This one. I sure. Yes. Okay. Later, everybody.